I'd like to talk about trip planning. The basic thing you're going to need is a marine chart, absolutely quite distinct from a map that you go on road trips with. This is a marine chart. It's got all of the navigation marks for us and latitude and longitudes for position. More than just position, it gives us distance. And I've just drawn here to simulate a chart, a marine chart. 0 to 7 degrees latitude, 0 to 8 degrees latitude. 1 degree in latitude, and I've just pretended there's 60 graduations, one for each minute of a degree. Now, each 1 minute of a degree, that distance on the latitude scale, like this, is 1 nautical mile. Now, you might think, what's 1 nautical mile got to do with speed? It's a bit different and a bit foreign to what you've been talking about with kilometres per hour, etc. Just forget that for a minute. 1 nautical mile per hour is 1 knot, and that's the unit of speed we commonly refer to in boating. So let's accept that fact. 1 nautical mile per hour is 1 knot. Now let's take a chart like this, and don't be frightened to draw on this chart. This is not a Rembrandt, this is a working document, and when it's tatty after being rubbed out that many times and drawn on, throw it away and get a new one. But it's a working document. We're going to draw our trip like this, and I've drawn this one to simulate from Manly to Tangalooma. How far is that? Well, we can find that out from the chart. A bit of paper or dividers on this and put it over on the chart, and we count down. Lo and behold, there was 20 graduations, which means it's 20 nautical miles across from Manly to Tangalooma. And to bring that back and to work out the times, we need to look at something basic like how fast is our boat going to go? What's the cruising speed of our boat? And let's assume, without trying to define what sort of boat this is, it runs at 10 knots. 10 knots, that's 10 nautical miles per hour. To go over the 20 miles, we've got 2 hours to go over there, and we've got 2 hours to come back. We've got 4 hours running we're going to have to provide for in this trip. To go that 20 nautical miles across and back, we've worked out there we've got 4 hours running. 4 hours times 30 litres equals 120 litres. 120 litres. That is not enough to go on the trip with. We want to plan a third of our fuel to go to where we're going, a third to come back, and a third in reserve. So we start with 120, and I don't care if your accuracy is not there with all of your calculations, but let's just say another third is about 40 litres. So we can say about 160 litres is what you want for that trip. And you should go over there, enjoy yourself, come home and have reserve fuel left. You've completed your trip without running out of fuel. And I might point out to you, this calculation you've done of your burn rate, that stays the same for that boat and motor combination you've got. Keep that in your diary. You don't have to do that all the time. However, if you change your motor or change your boat, you get a different combination, then you must redo that exercise. That will ensure safe boating for you. There is no doubt about that.